Hey everyone, welcome to this week's guitar lesson where I'm really excited to be teaching you a Weezer song. Now, Weezer are my favourite band and we're going to be looking at Island in the Sun. I'm going to be teaching this song because it contains some interesting elements. It uses some triads in the intro and it also uses some standard open chords in the verse, some power chords in the chorus, and it also contains a guitar solo which is fairly simple for beginners. It really just follows the vocal melody. So the very first chord is an E minor triad. So to play this E minor triad, we're going to place our first finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string. Our middle finger is now going to be on the 4th fret of the G string. And then our little finger will be on the 5th fret of the B string. The very next chord after this is an A minor triad. So there's two different ways to play this. We can use our 2nd, 3rd and little finger on the 5th fret of the G, the B and the high E string. Alternatively, when we're playing our very first chord, our E minor triad, we can just flatten our little finger across those strings. Next, it moves on to a standard D chord. And then it goes to a G chord. So for a G chord, we flatten our first finger on the 3rd fret of the high E and the B string. And then we use our middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string. The chord progression sounds like this. So as you can see, our D major is exactly the same as our open D major. Once we have the chord changes under our fingers, we're then going to add a strumming pattern. So for the E minor triad, we're going to do 2 downstrokes. Then when we move to our A minor triad, we're going to go up, down. And then we're going to mute the strings. So to mute the strings, we're just going to release our A minor triad and hit those strings. So it'll sound like this. Then it's going to move to a D chord. This is where we go up, up, and then we also do a downstroke, which is muted. And again. And then the final chord, which is our G major, we go up, down, down. So if we put this together slowly with our strumming pattern. And again a bit slower. What I recommend you do is first get the chord changes down, then get the strumming pattern down slowly and then work it up to the track tempo. So when that intro plays, a rhythm guitar comes in. So the rhythm guitar just plays the same chords but open. So we've got our E minor chord, to our A minor, to our D, to our G. And it will do the same strumming pattern, and I add the mutes in as well. So it sounds like this. If you're struggling somewhat with the triads, what you can do is just not play those yet and just play the rhythm guitar with our open chords, which are easier. Our fingers need to do less. And then when you feel confident enough to then move on to the triads, then it will hopefully be easier because you're used to hearing where the changes should be. So that is the intro and the verse. So for the pre-chorus, there's this little pick section. So we're going to place our 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G, and we're going to place our middle finger on the 8th fret of the B, and we're going to pick these notes 4 times. Then we're going to place our little finger on the 10th fret of the B string. Again, we're picking 4 times, so 9, 10, 9, 10. And then we're going to flatten our first finger on the 7th fret of the G and the B. Again, play it 4 times. 7, 7, 7, 7. And then to finish it off, we're going to place our middle finger on the 8th fret of the B string, and we're going to play this 4 times again. 7, 8, 7, 8. So the whole sequence together goes. So let's play along together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our very first chord in the chorus is a D power chord. We're going to play it 7 times. So we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to move to a G chord, play exactly the same strumming pattern. Down, 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 down. Back to our D. To our G. Then it changes slightly, so we're going to move our fingers down 1 string. We're now on the C power chord, so our first finger's on the 3rd fret of the A string. 3rd finger is now on the 5th fret of the D. Then it moves to an A power chord, so we're now up on the E and the A string. Same shape. Then it finishes on a D power chord again. We're going to play this for twice as long. Okay, so we're going to go down, 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 down. So the whole progression goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once the chorus is done, it then goes back into the verse, which we already know. Probably goes into a pre-chorus again, which is our picked little bit here. Again, we've gone through that before. It then has a guitar solo on it, which replicates the vocal melody. So we're going to learn this solo. Going to place our first finger on the 7th fret of the G, and we're going to hammer on with our 3rd finger to the 9th fret G. Then we're going to go back to the 7th fret. Going to move down with our first finger to the 5th fret G, then to the 4th fret G, then to the 5th fret G, and then the 4th fret G. So if I put it together slowly. And again. And once we get to that section, we then move our first finger down to the 2nd fret G, and we're going to hammer on with our 3rd finger again to the 4th fret G. Back to the first finger on the 2nd fret G. And then we're going to use our middle finger to go to the 5th fret D. First finger on the 4th fret D. Then we're going to do 2 downstrokes on the 5th fret D. So that section from the 2nd fret G goes like this. Okay, so let's play that section together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's put that whole sequence together from the beginning. So we're starting on our 7th fret G. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. To our 2nd fret G. Then that repeats. To our 2nd fret G. So that is the end of the solo. It's fairly simple. Really cool solo though. And that is the entire song. The parts really just repeat throughout the song. So the verse is the same, pre-chorus is the same, the chorus is the same, etc. Same with the intro. So that has been Island in the Sun by Weezer. Hope you had a great time learning this. If you've got any issues or questions, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.